Hey guys, I am completely off schedule for recording stuff because I normally try to do stuff on Wednesday and on the weekends, but I've been straight no lifing it through Diablo 4 all weekend. And so I'm just here to show a couple of things that we picked up kind of through the week and finally the books that I've been waiting for in the mail. I actually already made this video, started to upload it, and then I got a thing from the post office saying, hey, this has been delivered. And I was like, well, freaking finally, because I was complaining about it when I recorded this video before. So anyways, now that we are all here and together, I'm just going to jump right into it after I give a huge thanks to Fanboy Prime for his shout out yesterday. I'm just kind of new to actually being a part of the comic book community, and so I'm really appreciative, I guess, when somebody finds some value in the stuff that I'm putting out. I'm here to have fun, and I'm here to talk about the stuff that I like to talk about. So, it always makes me happy when somebody else enjoys the things that I'm talking about. So I do really appreciate the support. And anybody who's here for the first time or here because of him, thank you and welcome. And if you are here yourself, again, like I said, thank you. I'm going to put a link to his channel down there. I went through a couple of videos and there's a really cool vibe, a lot of good information in there. So I'm really excited to delve into a new set of content. So, and it's not just comic books, which is exciting to me. So see what else we got there. But I'm just going to show you the things that we picked up. First off is Marvel Comics Presents #1. I paid 20 bucks for it. It's worth about $20 for this epic Wolverine pose. You got him with a cigar and everything. So this is a pretty nice looking copy to you for $20. You're going to see a lot of Wolverine today, or a good bit of Wolverine today. Or here in a minute. Next up, this was a dollar book, I believe. This is Deathstrike the Terminator #10. This is the first full appearance of the new Vigilante. She has a cameo appearance I showed. I think it was just in #9. So, introducing the new Vigilante. Picked that up for $1. It's worth, I think, probably like $5 to $8 right now. But anyways. Next, we got Batgirl 45. This is just a really slick James Jean cover. Picked it up because it had an Adam Hughes vibe to it, and then it was just slightly off. Went and looked it up, and yeah, James Jean. The colors on this, the pop art is really cool. The thing about this book is that it's got like this big crease here in the top. I have a comic book press that I'm still kind of learning how to use, so this is definitely going to be interesting to see what kind of magic I can work with it on that corner there. But $1 for a cool Batgirl cover. That's worth about probably 5 to 8 in really good condition after shipping and all that good stuff. So this next book is one that you've seen on the channel before. This is the Gamerverse Spider-Man #2. I think this was what, the Death of Spider-Man Noir and Death of Spider-Man 2099, or was that might have been in a different book. But anyways, this was a free comic book day book that people were having problems finding on Free Comic Book Day. I've now found it in 2 different stores, neither of which participated in Free Comic Book Day. So if you are looking for this book and you're still wanting to pick it up for free, check out some smaller stores, ones that may not have participated for one reason or another, because it seems like they're the ones that got the stacks of these. So anyways, they sell for still like 15 bucks or so on eBay. So if you're looking for a quick flip, that's kind of what I've been doing. We're trying to get the money together to be able to spend a little extra at Charlotte Comic Con coming up. So yeah, that's what that's for. Next, pick this up for $2. This is Cyblade She #1. This is the first appearance of Witchblade. So if you looked at, or if you saw one of my out of town videos, picked up She Cyblade #1. I mostly go comic book hunting either by myself or with my husband. So this is something that he has been after, is the first appearance of Witchblade. And I ended up finding it myself out and about one time. We picked up the She Cyblade #1 thinking it was the same thing, and it absolutely was not. But they're both the battle for independence, so I'm wondering if this is like 2 different versions of the same story or something. I read the other, I'm going to read this one too, but Image #1's Image first appearances are always a good idea. I think it's about time for Image to start coming back. Like where we are in the way pop culture kind of circulates, I think it's about to be Image's time. So picking it up for $2 is Not going to complain. Next, I've got Action Comics number 812. This is just a really awesome Michael Turner Superman. I don't think there's anything specific that happens in this book. Anyways, you've got this No Place Like Home, him chilling on his motorcycle on Krypton. This is just very cool, very red, very much Michael Turner. But to go along with that, we've got The Return. You see Superman still in the same, kind of ripping out of that same armor into his Earth uniform. So again, I think both of these were $1 and just both really cool Michael Turner Supermans. Let's see. Next we've got New Titans number 99. This is the first appearance of Arsenal. Picked this up for $2. Any Teen Titans first appearances are always good. And this is really, I think this is the third copy of this that we've got. And it's in really good shape. So a little bit maybe at the top, but anyways, that was $2 and it goes for about 10 to 13-ish online. And then if you're curious, these Michael Turner Superman covers are like 8 to 10-ish. People like the art a lot. I don't know why I just moved that. Oh well. I got X-Men 53 next. This is the first full appearance of Onslaught. Now, a lot of times when I see these X-Men titles that have this like header to it where they change the trade dress or whatever, I kind of ignore them because to me it doesn't seem like there's anything in there. I had no idea that the first Onslaught was hiding in that stuff, but pick that up for $15. It's worth about $15. Yeah, awesome for a X-Men villain. Now, all of those were the ones that we picked up in the store. Next, I've got all the things that came in the mail. So this one came off of Whatnot. Bought it for $12. This is the Uncanny X-Men number 212. I've seen some people talking about this book more recently, especially with X-Men news and yada, yada, yada. Everybody's kind of excited about Sabretooth. Well, this is the first battle between Wolverine and Sabretooth. And look how, I mean, this is really pretty. I talk all the time about liking kind of the abstract or blanker type of covers or whatever with an emotional face. Like, this is a super awesome classic Wolverine cover. The Wolverine versus Sabretooth round 1. Now, for Wolverine versus Sabretooth round 2, we've got the Uncanny X-Men number 213. Also bought for $12. This book is one that I got really excited about, and here's why. I guess this book is so cheap. Like, going on eBay, you can find them for $20 up to $30, but in that range. They did spike a little bit. I've seen this book come up recently on people's like videos and things like that, because this is the first cameo appearance of Mr. Sinister. This is also a very kind of iconic looking Sabretooth and Wolverine here on the front. But here's what I never hear people talk about. I'm 99.9% sure that this is the first cover appearance of Psylocke in uniform on a comic book. Now, does nobody pay attention to the trade dress when they talk about first appearances on the cover? I don't know. But anyways, this is, I cannot find one earlier, right? And this is the issue where Psylocke joins the X-Men. So in New Mutants Annual number 2, she is given the name Psylocke. She's a bad guy and she has to get, you know, kind of brought back onto the good side of things. And I really enjoyed that book. I read this one and I really enjoyed this too. People talk about Wolverine and Sabretooth, but like the Psylocke Sabretooth battle that happens in this book is, I enjoyed it more. I enjoyed it more. And you see her kind of come to terms with herself and her powers and what she can do and all that after she's kind of second guessing herself after everything she went through with Mojo. I really enjoyed the story. To me, this seems like a huge Psylocke book. She's joining the X-Men. Like I said, I can't find an earlier book that has her on the cover in costume at all. So maybe that's not as big of a deal to some people. I know this has been getting some traction because of Mr. Sinister, which going through, if you know what Mr. Sinister looks like, you can definitely tell who he is in the cameo, but he is just a shadow. But I mean, that's huge in itself. I don't know. I'm really excited about having this book. It is way cheaper than I guess I expected it to be. I could definitely see this being worth a little bit more, especially if there was some good X-Men news. And last up, these are a couple of graded books that we got in the mail. So first we've got Punisher 218. This is we got, I guess, a his and hers dealio going on. So this is in a 9.4. I've got my camera too close to where I'm all set up, but this is the first appearance of Punisher as War Machine, or in the War Machine armor. You can see him kind of ruminating into the mask. He's got that's very Shakespearean, isn't it? Anyways, Punisher 218 and a 9.4. This book definitely presents better than a 9.4. I'm pretty sure most of the problems are having to do with, let's see, the color rub and stuff. It's all the way up the spine, but really bad at the staples and a little bit on the edge. So this definitely is a pretty book to add to the shelf. Got a little bit of a War Machine collection going on, and Punisher is always cool. And then this one's for me. This is Deadpool's Secret Wars #2. This is the, how do you say that, Bacholo variant cover. Anyways, Gwenpool's first appearance is in Howard the Duck, #4, I think. Got this in a 9.8. This book came out months before Howard the Duck, with our first little glimpse into Gwenpool. Now, when I first really started refocusing myself on comics, Gwenpool series was the first one that I read, and it's the first series that made me cry. First time I ever cried reading a comic. Like, I was so invested in Gwenpool. I do see the silliness of it, and I appreciate the silliness of it, but the seriousness of it was, I mean, this book was so existential. If you haven't read it, like, I don't know. I thought she was really cool. Like, I mean, obviously she's like a self-insert fan fiction or whatever. I don't know. It's cool. But anyways, now on here, it says, on the slab actually, sorry, I hadn't read the slab part. It says Gwen Stacy variant cover, which I don't know that I've seen if there's a Gwen Stacy book that this is based off of. I'm going to have to look that up. But Gwenpool cover, and it says predates Howard the Duck #1. Sorry, not #4. Howard the Duck #1. So anyways, Deadpool's Secret Wars #2 and a 9.8. This is going to go up with all my She-Hulks because those are my girls right now. And yeah. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if this is your first time coming by, I'm going to just kind of set both of these. These are the prizes of the day. But if this is your first time coming by, I really appreciate you giving me a couple of minutes of your day. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you saw something you liked. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to hopefully be back to dollar bin digging and back on a schedule a little bit. So anyways, let me know what you think, if you thought anything. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.